Hi folks, Martin Hood here again. Today we're going to talk about firearm parts. What's legal, what's not legal. The Firearms Control Act defines a firearm as a barrel frame or receiver, or all of those put together. Barrel, it's a tube, projectile goes through, it's normally got a hole in the middle, otherwise it ain't going to work. Made up of one piece of metal, Brigadier Sikakani, must have a serial number. Frame, good old 1911 frame, it's got a serial number on it, comes off a licensed firearm. Receiver, a little bit more difficult to define because the Act doesn't define it, but normally it's the working parts that attach to some sort of stock. So it's the internals, this part, the big metal part. They need a license, whether together or as separate components. But there's some parts that don't need a license. And this is where the confusion comes in. And I'm going to throw a stone in the pond at the end. A slide, the part that goes backwards and forwards on top of the firearm, doesn't need a license if you have a firearm that is capable of bearing that part. That is what Section 94 says. You can have this. Section 94 says you can have a bolt or a breech block. Breech block's a bit difficult to show you, but bolt. This is the bolt of a 22 AR-15. It's the part inside that goes backwards and forwards. On a manually operated rifle, it's the part that you pull up and pull back. And then you push it forward and it loads a cartridge. What's interesting about this particular little part is the following. You can get drop-in parts that convert an AR-15 in 223 Remington to 22 rimfire. You take the one out, put the other in. No other modification is necessary. The police have taken the view that this is not legal. However, what does Section 94 say? For the purposes of this section, firearm part means a slide, bolt, or breech block of a firearm. And it goes on to say, no person may possess any firearm part unless he or she holds a license in respect of a firearm capable of bearing that firearm part. So if I can take one out and drop another one in and it works, surely that's, quote, capable of bearing that part, which would make it legal. Makes you think, doesn't it? Be good, be safe. Bye for now.